you, Esau.
But the main enemy is the Edomites.
Yeah.
Because
I'm talking about their pride on how they feel superior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was basically a one-on-one between us and Esau, but you decided to go get a little gang and jump us. That's all it was. Because they had Ishmael and they had him.
You know, that's that come together in one content, man.
They confederate against the Most High's hidden ones, man.
Grab this set, bro. This is Isaiah 49 and 25, and it says, "But this saith the Lord: even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contend with thee.
You see that?
And I will save thy children."
You see, the Most High is gonna fight with them who fight with us, man. So all these nations, like the brother said, all these nations, man, you gonna get it. But first and foremost, the Most High is gonna put his foot in you Edomite's ass, man, because you're the top nation on the planet Earth right now. You're the one who are putting the most hell on these upon our people, man. You see, now you do got these heathen nations out here who are joined hand in hand with your ass. But it's you who are spearheading all the oppression, the rape, robbery, and murder of the Israelites, man. It's you first and foremost, man. So first and foremost, that's why Yahawashi said in Isaiah 63, man, he's coming directly for you Edomites because you're the ones who are in power, man. You see? And he's going to deliver his oppressed, man. He's going to deliver his remnant, man. You see?
This is 26, and it says, "And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I am the Lord, thy Savior and Redeemer, the mighty one of Israel, Yahawah."
Woo! Wait, we're breaking down, bro.
You know, basically just saying, man, first and foremost, when the scriptures talk about, you know, he's going to feed you your own flesh, man, cannibalism is going to come back in a major way in these end times, man. Yep. All right, because you Edomites, man, you're going to be in here fucking fighting for Twinkies and shit. Yep. All right, and when them Twinkies is out, you fat motherfuckers, you know, your average Joe Schmoes is going to eat each other.
And you saw what
what
Esau
Edomite did in that?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You saw what that Edomite did in the elevator with
his wife, man.
Yeah, ate his wife.
All right, and then the Lord basically saying he's going to come back and grab his remnant, man.
I didn't.
All right, showing his power once again, just like he showed his power in the first Exodus. All right, here we are about to enter into a second Exodus. All right, the Exodus out of Babylon. All right, the Yahawashi strength, man, and power, man, showing you that he is the Redeemer and the one and only Redeemer of Israel, man. This is your one way out. Golden ticket, so to speak.
You got Isaiah 40 and 21. Somebody grab me Wisdom of Solomon 3, 1 through 10. I read Isaiah 40
Wait, Shalaki, yeah, it did, man. I'm telling you. That's why I was like, we gotta get out here. Isaiah 40?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 40. You want 20?
Yeah, 20. Start at 20. 20 start at 21. All
right. Come, this is
Wisdom Solomon 3, 1 through 10.
This is Isaiah 40 and 21. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Hath it not been told to you, Salakia? Have it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? Salakia, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers.
Who is that talking about, man? It's talking about the Most High. He sitteth upon the circle of the earth, man. That's what the Most High told you, what? The heaven is his throne, and the earth is his footstool, man. Letting you know that the Most High is in control of everything, man. You see? This is the power that we serve, man. This is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man.
That's right.
You see? This is our power, man. This is who we're being obedient to, man.
The one who can crumple mountains.
Exactly, man.
The one who knows the depths of the sea.
Exactly. They know how much the earth weighs. You know what I'm saying? That's who we serve, man.
Count the hairs on your head.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How many drops go into the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Salat. That is stretched out the heavens as a curtain and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
You see that? That's all the power of Yahawashi, man. None else.
That bringeth the princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity.
Who are the princes, man? Who are the judges of the earth? Talking about these heathen nations, man. The ones who are in control right now, man. The Most High make you unto nothing, man. You have no power outside of the power that the Most High gives you, man.
That's it.
You see? Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our power. He has control over everything, man. See? Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 18 and 6. It says, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter?
Yep.
Saith the Lord, behold, as the clay is in thy potter's hand, so are ye in my hand, O house of Israel.
And that goes for the whole world, man. Everybody's in the hand of the Most High, man.
That's right.
The Most High is in control of all things, man. So that's why the Most High tells us we have none to fear, man. Yeah, Esau gonna come with persecution. He gonna be the devil. Yeah. We don't expect a fair shake from you Edomites, man. We don't expect you to play fair, man.
No.
We expect you to hide the damn ace under the table, man.
Yeah.
We expect that from you damn devils, man.
Or a pistol.
Exactly.
What are the two?
But we serve Yahawashi. We know that this is all of His will, man. It's ordained. It was ordained from the foundation of the world for you Edomites to be who you are and do what the fuck you gonna do, man. It's all a part of prophecy. So we have nothing to fear. We have nothing to be offended about. We know what the fuck you gonna do. The Most High has put us on the whole game of what you gonna do, man. You see?
I didn't feel my fingers drop that shit. It was like, that's how I know it's cold. I was like, oh, what was that that just fell? Oh, man.
I wasn't expecting you to like do your phone. I was like, damn. Whose phone is that? What was that?
That was my shit. Salak. Salak, I'll pick it back up at 23. Yeah, he did. He took that corner so serious.
He just went to 2 wheels, bro, for a second.
I saw that. This is Isaiah 40 and 23. That bringeth the princes to nothing, he maketh the judges of the earth vanity.
Yep.
Down to 24. Ye that shall not be planted, ye that shall not be sown. Ye their stock shall not take root in the earth, and shall be also blown up upon them. Blow up upon them.
And that's talking about you damn Edomites, man, because you're the only nation that's ordained to be completely rooted out of the earth, man. The Most High is gonna fucking take a whole family tree and cast it out of the earth, man.
Right.
You see? That's talking about you Edomites right there, man.
Goodbye.
You see, and it starts with the destruction of America, man.
That's right.
According to the Bible, man. That's what the Bible says, man. So get offended at what the Bible says. Don't take it out on us, man.
That's right. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be telling them that. I say that often. You know, like you don't. It's not us that you have an issue with. It's Yahawah, and it's the words of Yahawah. It's what He says. It's what He says is gonna happen to you. You Edomites are like, well, you ain't gonna get blown up. Goddamn.
Well,
you know, like,
according to what's written,
hurts, man. Yeah,
according to what's written, that's what the fuck gonna happen.
Exactly.
We know Esau's a demon, man. You watch like medieval movies when messenger brings a bad news to the Lord of the house,
and they kill the messenger.
And they kill the messengers, man. Yeah, look at 300. Look at multiple times Game of Thrones. You know,
kill the fucking messenger.
You know what I'm saying? The messenger come through, get killed, man.
That's why I said, what? Don't kill the messenger, man.
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
How you gonna kill her? What you gonna kill the messenger for? Hey, you can kill the messenger. It's not gonna change what's gonna happen.
It don't change the message. You know what I'm saying? You can kill us, but it don't change the message,
If
man.
you think about it, the Persian army still came. And the
Exactly.
United still had to fucking fight.
God, you see, just because you come down upon the men of the Lord, that don't change what's gonna happen, man.
God.
Matter of fact, can I get Romans 3 and 3?
I got you right.
Let me get Romans 3 and 3 real quick. That don't change what the Most High has already spoken, man. What the Most High has already ordained. That don't change. Oh, I don't believe that. Well, that don't. The Most High don't give a damn.
I don't believe
You're
my
right.
feelings.
That's what I'm saying.
My feelings.
My feels.
Emotion.
I got you right.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahawah without effect?
Go ahead, bro. Keep reading.
God forbid, yeah.
You said nah.
Let Yahawah be true, but every man a liar.
So what if some did not believe? So what if some don't believe that we're the Israelites? So what if some don't believe that Yahawashi, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is a so-called black man, and when he comes back the second time, he's coming back with so-called UFOs, which are chariots, man? What if you don't believe that? What if you don't believe that America is Babylon the Great? What if you don't believe that America is going to be destroyed by 200 million thermal nuclear missiles? The Most High don't give a damn, man. What's written is everything I just spoken, man. It's gonna come to pass, man. According to the Bible, that's what the Most High says, man. This ain't of us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing this of our own will. This is of Yahawashi, man. Like he told Jeremiah, eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. He told Ezekiel that. He told Jeremiah what? I have made thee a prophet unto the nations, man.
That's right. Go.
So what if you don't believe?
The belly before I knew you.
Exactly. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
As it is written, thou art mightiest, be judged in thy sayings, and mightiest overcome when thou art judged.
See, that thou mightest be that thou mightest overcome in thy sayings, and that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings. Salah, I misquoted it. But it's saying what? We are justified in what we say because we speak the words of the Yahawashi. We don't speak our own thoughts and feelings, man. This motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We don't speak our own thoughts and feelings, man. We speak the words of the Most High, so we're justified in what we say. You see, every time we come out here, we speak out as the oracles of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man. You had some more on that? That was it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
This is Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom says we are promised, but we will return and build the desolate places, thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down.
And that's the word of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man. That's what's written in the scripture. The same scriptures, you see, all the way, and this is a 16:11. All the way at 16:11, it says the same thing, man. All we're doing is reading it and breaking it down through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man.
They're like, that's not the real Bible.
What?
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord hath indignation for forever.
And that's talking about you Edomites, man. You see? Most High has indignation and righteous anger against you Edomites forever, man. Because look what you're doing unto his people, man. You see, he has a right to be angry at you. He has a right to want to destroy you motherfuckers, man.
You see? Word, man. Look what you do. Look at the earth, the animals.
Look at your whole history, man. You want to talk about hate crimes. You want to talk about hate speech. Your whole fucking history is a history of hate, man.
The whole thing.
The whole fucking history is a history of hate. Look what you did to us, man.
From perpetual hatred, from saying, you know, now that my father's been put in the ground, I'm gonna kill my brother Jacob.
All the way back then, man.
To the police shooting Jacob dead in the street today.
Yep.
Or to the pastors that are sitting on pumping their pump action shotguns on their porch, talking about how they're gonna kill the Israelites.
Edomite history is a hate crime, man.
All the faggots you
Straight up.
The whole fucking history is a hate crime.
All the wicked deeds you've done and had take spread across the earth, man. Had Alexander fucking men on the battlefield and shit.
Hey, man.
Fucking faggots.
Edomite history is a fucking history of hate crime, man. Just go back and look through it. It ain't like we're making it up. You can go find this shit out for yourself, man. Look at how America was established, man. Look at how America was built up off the backs of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. A whole history filled. America is a fucking country of hate crime, man. America was established on hate crime, man. What the fuck you talking about? But now since we come and read out of the scriptures, we a hate group.
I mean,
you Edomites are a hate group, man.
You could take it back to Europe. How was Europe obtained, man?
Exactly.
You know, they were killing off the
South Africa.
Right. How was South Africa
Australia,
obtained?
Europe.
And it's funny too, we're mentioning facts that actually happened, but you have a problem with the Israelites saying, hey man, we gonna sit here and tell you the Most High's word until he come and fuck you up.
Yeah.
We're not sitting here telling you that, you know, hey, we're gonna militarize ourselves and take over the world and you know, put Esau in chains and subjection by ourselves, man. No way.
No,
like the brother was
the
mentioning, man, we don't have no standing army, man. We don't have no protection. Israel has the worm, man. All right. So we sit here and we say, hey, Yahawah Shem Yahawashi gonna come back and show y'all a lesson. Y'all get mad. All right. What about what you've actually committed, man? All right. Hey, man, you've racked up that bill. You gotta pay it, man. All right, ain't gonna be no cleaning the dishes, man. You gonna pay what you owe.
Hey, it's last call. All tabs at the bar. It's time to pay.
Time to pay. Hey, man.
You ain't get out of this club without paying, man.
Close your tabs.
You ain't get out of this club without paying, man.
I was like, I don't want no reparations. Reparations means you still get to keep the power, motherfucker.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna go next because we was just the two of us at the moment. Just one of y'all brothers. You don't want to go?
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
I'll go after you.
All right, bro. Oh shit.
So yeah, man. We're always doing is speaking the words of the Most High as we have been commanded to do. Don't give a fuck about how you people feel about it, man. Because at the end of the day, this is the truth. The truth is the truth, man. Just because you feel some type of way about it, don't make it not the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can feel how the fuck you want to feel about it. It's still the truth, regardless. Regardless, man. You see?
Hey, man, not all medicine is sweet like candy, man. You gotta be able to take down that bitter.
Somebody just grabbed me. Since we're on the topic, just grabbed me Ezekiel 36 and we started 5, brother.
Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Mm-hmm. So all of the heathen are going to be punished, man.
Yep.
You know, just expanding on what the brother's been speaking on. So we don't have no reason to be fearful, man. These other nations are going to be put into subjection under the kingdom of Israel, and then the kingdom of Esau, Edom, the Idumeans, the Greeks, the Romans, the Americans, the Babylonians, South Africans.
Australians.
Right. As whatever you want to call yourself, if your forefather goes back to Esau, you're going to be rounded up and eradicated, man. After 1,000 years of hardcore slavery and bondage, and you better hope that it's not 1,000 years according to the Lord.
That's what it's gonna be.
Right.
It's gonna be slow.
Yeah. It's going. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was just, I feel like that 1,000 years ain't enough.
That's just like
I'm not satisfied.
I'm not satisfied.
Just like this Most High tells you he's gonna speed up time for the elect's sake.
Yeah,
the
bro.
balance of that
Yeah,
is
I'm
slowing down time
5%.
for the elect's sake, man. You see? He gonna speed up the time for I say he gonna slow down the time. That's the balance, man.
Right.
So we can enjoy that long 1,000 years of hardcore putting our foot in Edomite's ass, man. You see?
Because the brother Gar, he mentions all the time. He said it over the group chat, just like yesterday. He's like, man, the week flew by. And these days be flying by, man. There's never...
It don't even seem like days.
Right. It doesn't. It seems like you blink, you spend 15 minutes doing something and your day is over. These days be flying by. You don't even have enough time to get all your shit done, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahawashi, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So Esau's, man, for the atrocities that you've committed on the planet Earth, and you deserve what's coming. You guys get all offended and upright and angry about this. Like the brother mentioned, your whole history is a hate crime. But the moment that someone points that out or starts to speak on the facts of the matter, then it's hate speech, and you guys got to you make it difficult for brothers' videos to just make it online, man.
I want to be caught in this shit.
You know what I'm saying? When you know that you've done these things, you know that you're guilty of these things. But we're not going to speak on that. You can't control the narrative every time and it be a fair conversation. You know what I mean?
Because even being an Edomite is a hate crime, man.
Right.
When you niggas was born, you were born back into that same hate you once had before you died.
Kind
man.
of, I was just going to say.
Same spirits, man.
Yeah, and they're
Same spirits
liars.
that was sitting around, Jake's getting lynched, man. Smiling and shit.
And he was born into the rulership, and he does got the advantage, man.
Come.
Can I bring that something up for you?
Oh, come on. Yeah, go ahead.
This is
Yada,
just
you
to tie
hold
into the
the
heathen being in subjection. This is Psalms 149. I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "Let the saints be joyful. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of Yahawah be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute the judgment, to execute upon them the judgment. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord."
That's right!
Make you want to woo like Ric Flair,
Self-explanatory. You
bro.
ain't even really got to break that one down.
But but you
basically what the brother was saying.
That was like the 16. That was
right.
just-
But you
Came
dropped.
out the right-
But you right.
That was a hot verse.
But you put that on Esau.
That
That goes out, and Esau's like, oh, that's hate speech, because you start to break that down, and they're like, oh, you see, that's racism.
But my bad. Go ahead, my bad.
No.
But
That's the spirit.
But-
That's the spirit.
these damn devils will go and celebrate Christopher Columbus Day, man.
Right. Or want you to celebrate any of these holidays.
You see?
They'd be like,
Thanksgiving,
celebrate
exactly.
Thanksgiving.
Hey, in the Netherlands, they got that blackface day where they celebrate Santa Claus is slave, man.
You see? So you telling us reading out of the Bible,
and they'll probably
Telling you what they-
yeah, it's racist.
telling you things,
Oh, yeah,
we
Black
gotta
Pete.
celebrate it.
Yeah.
telling you
That's
things
the
that's gonna
disrespect
come
Pete.
is a hate speech. But you want to celebrate Columbus Day after this man came over here and claimed and so-called discovered America and wiped out millions of so-called Hispanics and Native Americans, but they ain't a hate crime, they ain't hate speech.
Esau's
But
a hypocrite,
you celebrate this fucking day every year, Thanksgiving. The same fucking thing, man. You destroying our brothers and our sisters, man. Our nieces and nephews.
And they got Jake making money off of Jake, man.
Con.
That when you really kind of put some thought into it, that shit is offensive, man.
Yeah, man.
They got you. Not only do they have you niggas celebrating your downfall and your destruction, and then they got you celebrating heathen customs in a land they took you captive
And they
in.
got you playing
And-
gladiator games for
and-
everybody to watch.
Right.
While it's commencing.
Con.
And you
So it's a
NFL
fucking
games on
trifecta.
it every year.
bread and circus, and they nigga jigger you. right in your face.
So look, and most of the Israelite men that's locked away are slaves, man. The 13th Amendment makes slavery illegal when you're incarcerated, man.
Get paid 13 cents an hour.
So what has changed, man?
I've seen
how-
on foot, man.
Esau, how has your wickedness ceased, man? It's perpetual hatred, man.
I got this precept for you real quick, this is going back, basically it's saying, you know, the brother was talking about how the Lord's going to bring you heathen nations into that valley of Jehoshaphat and plead with you for his people, man. This is exactly how he's going to plead with y'all, man. This is Isaiah 66 and 16, and it says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many."
Con. Was that it on that? Con. Yeah, man, when the Lord comes back, man, it's not going to be, look, he's not going to make no bargain with you heathens and you Edomites, man.
Can I plead?
He's,
Plead is
He's
used
not-
metaphorically,
Right.
man, kind of in a joking manner because, like we always say, the Most High don't got to plead with nobody,
like
man.
a con.
He's
And
not a man that he should lie.
And to be honest, man, we're talking about the Creator, like how we spoke about, you know, created the mountains and knows the depths of the sea. He is not going to ask you Edomites for shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got these Edomites out here thinking to themselves like, oh, well, we'll fight for our shit.
All right,
You ain't go.
fight
Hey,
then.
the Most High wants you to fight. Like, you want me to be 100 honest
gonna
about
put it
it.
in you to fight.
The Most High, yeah, he's gonna put that spirit on you to fight.
Because he love a show.
Right, because he gonna put on a show, like Usman did last night when he broke Kobe Covington's fucking jaw, man.
And that's how you Edomites
You
be
know,
talking too.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, man,
That's
you know
what
what?
I literally said that.
I was thinking about that when it happened, and I'm gonna let you get this set, brother. But you know, last night the Usman and Kobe Covington fought. Usman is been
Humble
waiting to
check,
get his,
man.
you know, he's been waiting to get on his hands on Covington anyway, and Covington was popping off at the mouth
Proud Edomite spirit.
for
That's
weeks.
that nigga with the
That wore the
that
suit,
nigga-
the,
that
the,
nigga
the,
made-
yeah,
made
the
that.
down
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah,
And I
talking about I'm gonna beat this nigga up.
He got
bring
his
the
jaw
belt back to
broken.
the White House.
He got his jaw broken in the third round, and man, when it happened, it was
Right after he
bad.
was talking shit.
And I thought about it to myself and was like, man, you know what? He did all that yapping, and today he ain't saying a word because nigga
Not
can't even
close.
talk, can't talk at all. So man, the Most High shut him up,
Shut him the fuck
and that's
up.
how Edom is gonna be, man.
And that's why when the Most High talk about them nukes, he talks about melting your fucking tongue, man. You know, it's along the same lines, man.
Right, and the
that
Most High
same
don't like
tongue
that
that
proud
mock
shit.
ain't gonna be able to say a motherfucking word, man.
You know, this man was sitting here popping off his mouth. Esau is very proud, man.
A lot of y'all tongues gonna be quiet as fuck, man.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Con.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
Huh.
For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
That's speaking on the day of the Lord, man, when he comes back, right? How they gonna get it in Basra?
Oh yeah, that's
And
Mashiach, bro.
Does that sound like, did any part of that sound like he was handing out, like he was gonna make some sort of deal, or he was gonna
He
hand
said
out,
he gonna be biased.
right?
I
Or
got
that he
that.
was gonna hand out
I'm gonna
lollipops?
pay y'all a personal visit.
Right.
Land back off that one.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head, and upon his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Con.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood,
Con.
and his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron,
God.
and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty power. And on his vesture and on his thigh was a and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Con. Man, this is the power we talking about. And what part of that did it say that the Most High, or that in general, that Mashiach or the Most High is gonna come down here and ask Edom, like, hey man, you know, you guys been fucking us up. It's time to hand the kingdom over.
Yahawashi coming to put a big Judite foot in your ass.
And that's exactly the way that Esau's gonna have to get it.
A size 18 in your ass. I don't know
what
what size foot it is.
Your garment would be after pressing in the wine vest, man.
Watch your six, man.
Yeah, man. This is how Yahawashi coming back. He not coming to talk. He not coming to negotiate. He ain't coming to the UN to sit down and have talks with the angels behind him. Like, yeah. So what can we work out?
Right.
I can give you this half of the earth, and I'll take this half of the. Y'all can take this half of the earth.
So
No,
just
man.
do wickedness over here. We gonna be righteous over here.
I got a set, Mark.
Man, you see how the Most High just curved that nigga path.
Real quick.
For real.
Yahawashi ain't coming back to do no fucking talking, man.
He was like, I'm
It's all about business, man. You got it, bro.
Con. Did you have a set, brother?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Proverbs 16
I
and
wanna go
4.
past
It says, "The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil." Laying back enough for these brothers
Con.
saying.
And that's the only, and like we were speaking on earlier. Hey man, it's a blessing just to be an Israelite. All right, now that's not enough to get you into the kingdom because 2/3 of Israel is going to be destroyed.
Exactly.
But just to be an Israelite, man, and to not belong to the house of Edom or the house of Moab, and to know that the Most High is with you, or at least giving you an opportunity to sup with Him, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. Because these other nations ain't gonna get it like that, man. Not even remotely. No, 2/3 gonna have to die painful death. Con, damn. Somebody grab me.
That's cool.
Well, we'll get it.
I'm glad that long ass cord, so we didn't put it down.
Grab me
phone off the
Jeremiah 49. Hit 10 by 10. Yeah, about 10.
Cool. There we go. Look at that.
This is Jeremiah 49 verse 10.